Right. Let's get this started. Is anyone expecting anything? Because apart from like Martin said, I reckon they might show a bit of VR too. Maybe. I really don't know how much. Like, is this the E3 showing? I don't think it is it? Do we know how long this is? Because if it's just a normal state of play, like half an hour, then it's... I doubt they'll show anything really big, will they? But I haven't heard any rumours. So, yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I've tried to stay away from any news today, because everything usually gets fucking spoiled, doesn't it? Couple of hours before it happens. This is all VR and third-party apps, is what I believe. It's only going to be about 30 minutes long. Damn. Okay. Well, 30 minutes and mainly VR2 is what I've heard on the grapevine. Okay. That's fair enough. I mean, apart from, like, anything they've got hidden under wraps, they haven't really got a lot coming out, have they, that we know about? From Sony specifically. It's pretty much just God of War 2. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Right, let's turn this music down. 30 minutes of non-stop sexy action. That's written in the small print of my stream, that is. We have music. We have got music. Oh look, it's starting directly on time. Look at that. Just going to fiddle around with the sound here. Give me a sec. Just make sure we're not too loud. That's quite loud. Let's turn it down a wee bit. There you go. Oh, the 3rd of the 24th month. Got it. Sounds Diablo-y. Is that alright sound-wise, by the way, guys? Is that's not an R for a Resident Evil game, is it? Resi 4 remake? I recognise the font. Yeah, Resi 4 remake, alright.
Gondor Wonder Roost. I've located Baby Eagle.
Oh shit. That is a good start. Let's turn down a wee bit. I mean, this has been rumoured for a long time, hasn't it? Martin's gonna jizz his pants.
Guess you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
You will receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
So was that 24th of March next year? That said, I think, wasn't it?
If I could just forget what happened that night.
Are they going to announce it's VR compatible as well?
Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
That's a strong start. That's got to be it's got to be both machines though, right? I would have thought. There you go. There you go. That's why they're talking about VR. Start off with that.
State of Play returns, and we've got some great PlayStation updates to share with you today. And thanks to Capcom for kicking it off with Resident Evil 4, coming to PS5 with PlayStation VR2 content also in development. Now let's get a sneak peek at 4 games in development for PlayStation VR2.
PSVR2 content. that doesn't necessarily mean the whole game's playable.
Now, let's take a look at him.
Village VR?
Wow. Well, Ethan Winters. You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special.
All of the fucking horny people are just going to buy this now. Sales of Resident Evil 8 went up by 5,000% today on the release of PlayStation VR 2. They know what they're doing with this fucking trailer, don't they?
Man blood.
Oh, be careful what you wish for, Ethan Winters.
What are you doing?
Resident Evil 8 VR, you mean Dimitrescu Step On Me simulator? Yeah. Basically, yeah. Yeah, Martin, I was just about to say that. I do wonder if they'll do it as a free update, because I know they're doing a PS5 Series X update, aren't they? Oh no, that's for the older ones, I think.
You, of all people, have the audacity to question me? You,
Is this new?
who emerged from the putrid waters of the bayou to plunder our righteous gains and cut our throats.
Is it Dying Light 2?
What have you done to ensure the future of this forsaken city? You, who have brought nothing but chaos. When death was swallowing
I don't think it is it? No.
It was I who resurrected it. It was I who shined as a beacon of hope for all. The tower cries out for blood, and I vow to spill it. When the bells ring,
Oh, it's
the
a
songs
Walking
they
Dead
sing
VR
will
game?
be righteous.
There is one out on normal PSVR. Oh yeah. Oh, chapter 2. So it's like a sequel.
Tourist.
Is Walking Dead still a thing? Is that like still a series? No Man's Sky. Yeah, that makes sense. That would actually be very, very good in VR, I feel like. But yeah, no, sorry, going back to Resi, I do wonder if they're going to announce that as a free upgrade. Obviously, this being No Man's Sky, this will be a free upgrade, I would have thought. Because nearly everything for this game has been free. Movement's awkward as fuck, Wing's saying. It's great in ships, but on foot it's whelp, right. I mean, yeah.
There.
In ships, it always looks good, doesn't it? I feel like. This is the Horizon game, the first thing they showed off, I think, wasn't it?
I asked you a question.
I love the idea of
Everyone
VR
says
in a
Reyes
cockpit.
is a good shot.
Yeah, and I'll put arrows
That's
through
super
both
cool.
of us. You're switching with me.
It's a snap maw. We're not gonna make it.
Give me Joe Danger 3. I've actually never played the Joe Danger games. I've heard they're good though.
Blameless Murad had me released from prison. But why?
Redemption is still possible, Reyes.
I doubt we will. Do you reckon we'll get a price and a release date for VR?
Find out why the machines are attacking.
My theory was like next March for about 400 quid. But that's like an educated guess.
Do that, and you shall be a free man. It will take all your wits,
your skills, and courage.
This looks really nice.
You have walked in the shadows, Reyes. Now it is time to climb into the light.
I still don't have a lot of experience
I'm Ben
with
McCaw, narrative director
VR in general.
I hope you enjoyed your first look at Horizon Call of the Mountain, coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2. We're also happy to announce that a big update to Horizon Forbidden West, including New Game Plus, will be available to download on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation
Wing,
5
reason I'm saying 400 is I don't think they'd want to make it more expensive than the disc unit. But just a, you know, it's just a theory. Oh, I love Transmog. I've still not played this yet. Yeah, I want to try more VR stuff.
For details on this free update, please check out PlayStation Blog. From all of us at Guerrilla, thank you for your continued support, and please stay tuned for more updates to come.
You want me to play in ultra hard mode when I do? Why can't I just play a relaxing game?
Is coming to PC.
Ah, oh, which one is it? Is it Bloodborne?
These past few years, sacrificing
Spider-Man.
so much and asking for nothing.
If you want to change the world, you have to be the kind of man who can make the hardest decisions. Do you really need two
I mean,
of those?
they'll sell a shitload of that, I would imagine.
I'm gonna go,
What are you fucksaking about, Reese? It's gonna be... They're gonna remake Bloodborne, and then PC players are gonna have to wait a year or year and a half, 2 years to get it. That's why they haven't announced it yet. They're blatantly remaking it. I know there was that fake thing the other day, but
Clothes on the kitchen floor.
blatantly they're remaking it. Oh, is this Stray? I fucking want this game so bad. Cat Simulator. You could say the robots are scaredy cats. How can you hate cats, Slug? This looks so good. Oh, man, look at that. This isn't going to sell very well, though, is it? I just kind of get the feeling it's not. Like, it'll be a bit of a cult classic. Yes. Oh, wow. Next month. Cool. I want a physical copy, though.
Explore a mysterious cyber city in Stray, coming to PS5 and PS4 July 19th. PlayStation Plus Extra members and higher can download Stray at no extra cost when it launches next month.
Ooh, all right.
Up next, 3 games that will get your heart racing.
Fuck you, Game Pass, I guess. Is this the Dead Space? Dead Space, but not Dead Space game. I forget what it's called now.
Take a look outside. Did you know that they call Callisto the Dead Moon?
Oh, that's it. Callisto Protocol or something?
Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck.
how much does it look like? It looks like it is just Dead Space. And that's not a bad
your
thing.
Old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands.
No, he's even got the health bar on the back of his neck.
Give you a chance at rebirth.
It's not Dead Space. It's Callisto Protocol, I think it's called. They only shown a teaser trailer for this off so far.
I just love that last part.
I wonder if these guys... I mean, these guys probably didn't know they were remaking Dead Space as well. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. There you go. December 2nd's a weird one. That's really late. That's pretty much the latest they'll release a new release game over a year. Oh, is this shit?
In the year 2030,
Oh no.
a new blood sport grips the globe.
Is this a multiplayer
In the
game?
arena, there will only be the victorious and the dead.
Alright, that looks kind of cool. Tony Wick. John Hawkes. The game. I'm all about wall running. Yeah, I thought it was Sable at first, Slug. That's what it's exactly the same style, isn't it? That's the thing. Is it multiplayer? Because honestly, as cool as it looks, if it's multiplayer, I'm immediately less interested in it.
Rollerdrome.
Rollerdrome. That's that's like a fucking 80s B movie name, isn't it?
Sometimes I wonder if things will ever be normal again.
Animus. This looks like SMT.
The world hasn't ended yet. It's not hopeless. I won't let anyone else get hurt! Don't you want science in your corner?
The combat looks a little bit like Scarlet Nexus.
Ew! I'm going to
What?
miss them.
Did he just make a tentacle from his dead arm?
What you can do.
It's the fucking weebiest shit of all time. Eternites? Eternites? Yeah. I mean, that looks like my jam, to be fair. Fucking quotes.
Dating sims collide in Eternites. Coming to
Eternites,
PS5
there you
and
go.
PS4
I did say it right.
Next year. Let's check back in with Capcom for a new look at an upcoming heavy hitter.
Do you think, like, if he had a wank with that arm, that it'd feel like a stranger doing it? Oh, is this the dinosaur one? It looks like a Capcom game. Or is this the other one where they showed the person going in? Oh wait, is it Street Fighter 6? It's Street Fighter 6.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending.
Because this is the new, like, poster boy, isn't it, for the game?
Okay then, hope you're ready to begin. If you want to start off on the right foot in this city, hit the streets.
Yeah, hey there, I do this. Never feel loose. And when I get
Do you reckon they've changed that shit logo yet? Oh, is that Hagar? Oh yeah, it's Metro City. What? Huh? Street Fighter Final Fight crossover. Nah, it's probably just like a single player mode, like a story mode or something. That's kind of cool though if they do that. Like I don't remember a fighting game having a really genuinely interesting single player story type thing for a while. Street Fighter Paradise, John's got it.
The top player is here.
Let me have some fun.
Then show me.
This will be a good fight.
Alright, so that's 2 new characters there, isn't it? It's that dude's new as well, isn't he? Please shave Ryu.
This is our destiny. My secret art. Street Fighter 6.
Ah, no, it's still a wank. Still a wank logo. Oh, I love that sound. Release date 2023. Okay. Yeah, Rug, I wondered if you might be interested in that.
That was your first look at Street Fighter 6 gameplay. Mark your calendars. It comes to PS5 and PS4 in 2023.
What's with all the Splatoon?
Now
They
it's
did.
time for 2 indie adventures arriving later this year.
Still need to play this. Meant to be very good though. They had the whole ink thing in Street Fighter 4, didn't they? I don't think they had it as much in... Did they have it in 5? It's cool that this is coming to PlayStation. Mo, you've played this, haven't you? It was DLC Ink in 5. I don't even know if you're being serious, John. I could actually imagine that being a thing. You found it boring, Reese. Yeah. No, you're the only person I've heard that hasn't liked it. Like most people seem to think it was cool. I guess it depends what you like playing, though. Was ist das?
She set out to record life at the end of this season.
To make it real
Journey
for people in the
for
future.
Bikes?
She asked us about living together.
And we asked her about traveling alone.
When the season turns, what will remain?
Road Rash 4 confirmed. I mean, technically we've had Road Rash 4.
What she captured.
This is looking walking simulator as fuck.
Sounds of the season with her.
GTA 6. Can you actually imagine if they said?
Tell her everything.
Just popped up with GTA
I
6.
got to look in her journal. The world was telling her its secrets.
Environments look nice.
She even figured out what will happen to us when the season ends.
Is she God?
Is it going? Is it gone?
Doesn't it feel like a Ghibli film? I said Ghibli. Ghibli. I know it's Ghibli, but it's Ghibli. Season, A Letter to the Future. This feels like the plot to a Ghibli film.
世界中のゲーマーの皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジー16プロデューサーの吉田です。長らくお待たせいたしましたが、
FF16
いよいよファイナルファンタジー16の最新情報をお届けする日がやってまいりました。最新のトレーラーとともにインタビューなども始まりますので、ぜひそちらも楽しみにお待ちください。今世界には本当に様々な困難があります。僕らゲーム開発者にはゲームを一生懸命作るということしかできません。ゲームというエンターテインメントを通じてゲーマーの皆さんが心の底から楽しめる時間を提供していきたいと思ってます。
lead for
それで
14,
は
right?
最新のトレーラーをどうぞ。
It's basically the only thing keeping Square afloat at the moment, I think. Man, I hope this is good. Bearing in mind, I liked 15, I just didn't love it.
What are the dominants? The power we wield. It wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
That dude at the front looked a bit like Squall there.
Every delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
So I need to listen to music because music's always fucking great. So we got real-time combat again.
I unite the dominants, that we may bring an end to the strife, and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow.
Looks cool.
If I take the field, our duel will shake the island to its foundations.
Fucking knocking it out of the park again with the music. Every time now, there's like... I don't think there's a more consistent series for music than Final Fantasy.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
So they're really focusing on the summons this time. Is that Ifrit punching a phoenix?
Awaken, child of fate.
Release date?
Ifrit.
April 2023. Oh. Alright, fine. I'll wait.
And that's a wrap. Don't forget to visit PlayStation Blog to learn even more about today's announcements. See you next time.
Okay. It looks sick, doesn't it, that game? Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised that they didn't show more to do with the VR2 off, apart from just saying like stuff is coming out for it. Hang on, right, let's get the tunes back on. We'll see if we can find some headlines so we can go over it. What do we have? Oh yeah, it's a bit of Sonic 3D. There you go. Eurogamer's usually pretty good for this sort of stuff. Oh, I love cookies, me. Yeah, I've got to be honest, a little bit disappointed that it wasn't an E3 showing. But I don't know. At least they're spreading the state of play stuff like across the year, rather than just waiting for E3 to dump all of it, I guess. But I miss the excitement of going into an E3 blind and not knowing anything and having tons and tons of new shit thrown at me. It's a shame, but whatever. It's done, isn't it? I don't have everything here. Actually, it might be in this. They have the notes. No. Okay, I'll just try and find it manually. It was a bit thin on content, but what they've shown looked good. I don't know if it was thin on content. It's just that, I mean, that was 30 minutes. I'd say it was pretty well filled. Let's start off with probably the biggest one, I'd say. Resi 4 looks good. I was thinking, like, as I was watching it, I was kind of thinking, like, is it not too soon for a remake of Resi 4? And then all my bones started to crumble when I remembered that Resi 4 came out in, like, 2005 or something, which was like 17 years ago. Shit, I'm old. Yeah, it did look like they've added some new stuff into Resi 4 Remake, which is fine because they added stuff into Resi 2 Remake, didn't they? And then I think they kind of, by the sounds of it, they kind of balls that Resi 3 Remake a little bit, but I haven't played that yet. You did, I don't know if this is just me reading into it wrong, you did notice they didn't say, they said PSVR 2 content, which to me would sound like they're not going to let you play the whole game in VR, because otherwise you'd think they'd make a point of it, right? I don't know though, who knows. Spidey 2 on VR, on PS. Let's start that sentence again. Spider-Man 2 on PC makes sense. How long's that been? So that says it's coming out in August. So that'll be 3 years since it came out on PS3, I think. Wait, was it 5 years? Hang on. Fucking hell. How's that time gone so quick? So that'll be 4 years. Now I think most stuff's going to come to PC inevitably, isn't it? But what is the window going to be for that kind of stuff? I think generally it's going to be about 2 years. Maybe a year and a half. I don't think it'll be any earlier than a year, though, because they want to maximize PS5 sales, don't they? Got a really good 20-minute video on the Resi 4 HD restoration project. As I said, I'm interested to know what will happen with that. I mean, it's done, isn't it? As far as I'm aware. Plus, they haven't, like, they've not shut it down because it's just a modification of the normal Resident Evil 4 HD remaster, isn't it? I think. Oh, I'm not saying it's not Spider-Man 2, no. It's going to be Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 2, bearing in mind that comes out in, what, 2024? Is it 2020? Is it next year for Spider-Man and then the year after's Wolverine? Let's say that Spider-Man 2 comes out 2023. It won't come to PC until 2025, I think. At some point they'll learn that the longer they make us wait, the longer PC gamers will wait longer for sales. You can't make the excuse of exclusivity and then also charge full price. Thing is, Wing, I would agree, but I'd have to see some sales figures first to see if that actually backs up. Although even that, I'd say they probably don't care because they're going to make money from it regardless for something that it really probably doesn't take that much effort to port across nowadays. So they'll charge full price for it, and then if no one buys it, or you know, a few people are going to buy it, let's face it, they don't care. They're going to get money out of it anyway. Yeah, from my understanding, I think the Sony ports have been good for the PC. That's what I mean. Like, development for consoles now is basically just a PC, isn't it? So it's much easier to just port stuff across. I know it's not that simple, but it's much easier than it was. Have their ports not been good? I heard they were alright. I did, you know, there's probably always gonna be some teething issues, I guess, but okay. So yeah, we've got Spider-Rooney Man. Street Fighter 6. Yeah, it looks like it has some kind of runaround. I guess it's run around Metro City. I don't know if it's just Metro City. And then there was 2 characters. Luke is kind of, I think it's this chap's Luke, isn't it? He's the new kind of, almost like the Ryu replacement, I think. Not that you can, I don't think you could ever replace Ryu, could you? I think Jamie, this guy, was new, I think. I don't recognize the character. Hang on. So far, we're still to hear from Capcom whether Street Fighter 6, like its predecessor, will remain a PlayStation console exclusive. That will be... Actually, saying that, I would have thought if it was going to be console exclusive, they would have mentioned it. Plus, I mean, unless Sony have chucked a load of money at them, I feel like... Sorry, my throat is getting really dry now. I'm going to have to start drinking. Unless... I really feel like fighting games should be multi-platform because the games kind of live and die on having an active community. So cross-play and being on as many consoles/platforms as possible seems like it should really be the best, in the best interest of Capcom. Oh, that's it, Rug. Yeah, Luke was the last character to be released for 5, wasn't he? You're saying they made him so OP in 5 just to drum up interest for 6. He's already got nerfed. Okay. Art style is very similar to 6. Do you mean 5, Slug? Surprised they didn't just call it Super Street Fighter 5. Yeah, I mean, I'd be honest, I don't really have a horse in this race because I've got all the platforms anyway. But I'm not much of a Street Fighter player. Me and John play a lot of Street Fighter 2. That's it. Oh, sorry. Going back to the Sony's ports here. Rug saying the only one that was a bit ropey was Horizon Zero Dawn, but that got patched into good shape. That, yeah, true. I did hear that, actually. That was a bit busted at launch, wasn't it? Haven't played God of War, but from all accounts, it's a stunning port. Squeenix ports have been absolute trash. I think FF7 Remake wasn't great on PC, was it, at launch? But again, probably okay now, I guess. Don't know what to make of Street Fighter 6 yet. Not much to go on. No, I mean, it's... I'm sure Maximilian dude at this very moment is ripping that trailer to pieces. And we'll know everything about it in in a matter of hours. Have you been playing a lot of Street Fighter 4, Slug? I get the feeling that people preferred 4 to 5. Apologies for the coughing, by the way. This is kind of like the after effects of COVID. It's making if I talk too much, it kind of dries my throat up, and then I start getting into coughing a lot. Horizon Call of the Mountain first gameplay. I don't really know what to say about that. I'm still... I kind of need to experience VR for myself, because my takeaway from most VR games is that while they're good, they're quite short and can be quite basic in some respects. So I really need to get my own hands on VR. I mean, if the games are cheaper, it doesn't matter, but with Sony and their £70 games now, I'm not convinced that, you know, Call of the Mountain won't be a decent four-hour game, but they charge like 50 quid for it. Heard Half-Life Alyx is great. Yep, I've heard that was great as well. Shame it's locked to one platform. Wait, isn't it one VR platform specifically as well? Isn't it the Index? Or am I wrong there? I don't know. Alan, have you got... What VR do you have? Because I'd imagine that's quite good for I'd imagine that's quite good for the racing games, isn't it? Okay, yeah, so I don't really have a lot to say about that one. And then I'm waiting for them to do all of the other stuff. Do Polygon... have it up a bit quicker. I like that, like, do you want to accept cookies or not? Right, let's go through this. Oh yeah, dude, Callisto Protocol is... I don't want to call it a Dead Space ripoff, but it's a fucking Dead Space ripoff. I mean, it looks really good. It kind of it really reminds me of seeing Dead Space for the first time. It will just be interesting to see if it can out Dead Space the Dead Space remake, I guess. I want to say that one of the people that worked on Dead Space is working on Callisto Protocol. I could be wrong though. You got HTC Vive and PSVR, right? I guess the restriction would go two ways in some cases. Like, isn't the Quest restricted to usage within the Meta platform? I don't know, honestly. I really don't. Room scale VR is the best experience, but it's a hassle with cables, moving furniture, and not enough video outputs on my PC. So I have to alter the triple screen setup. Yeah, it's still like... I had one of my very early E3 reactions. I think it was... Actually, I think John was in on this one. It was... I want to say it was like one of the E3s where they showed off PSVR for the first time. Or they were showing VR stuff off. And I was kind of critical of VR. I didn't really expect it to take off. And some guy like lost his fucking mind in the comments. It was really funny. But I still think it's I think it's still doing alright. I still feel like it's a niche. Which is what I kind of said at the time, I think. Because it's still a very expensive kind of thing to get into if you want to do it properly. Saying that Quest 2, we sell lots of Quest 2s at work because it's a much more affordable way of getting into it. but I don't know how the experience kind of compares to the sort of the full fat VR headsets. VR is the gimmick that is just about surviving out there. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be interesting to see how PSVR 2 deals with it. Because I feel like if this doesn't really pick up for them, I don't think they'll do it again. Saying that, I mean, it'd be interesting to hear what numbers they did on VR1. I mean, between the two major platforms for VR are really both Sims. One that's really, really nice. You can get a lot of the effect for much less money with a simple IR track setup, right? Gonna be selling my PSVR soon. For me, Star Wars demo is the best experience. That's the only thing that I've tried on PSVR was that Star Wars Battlefront demo they did. Driving games and cocktails are amazing in VR, but the tech isn't there yet. We need far better resolutions, wireless, easy to set up. I think that's where PSVR 2 will come in. Because that's, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what the specs were for it, but I mean, they're much, much higher than they were on VR 1, as they should be. And I think there's... I think there's one wire? I don't know. I could be wrong. Oh, and they've got proper controllers this time rather than just rejigging the fucking Move controllers from the PS3. I mean, I guess the thing is, a lot of gimmicks have become commonplace now. Touchscreen phones were a gimmick back in the day. And touchscreen controls can get in the fucking bin, Reese. I know that's not what you're saying, but I just need to get it out there that I fucking hate touchscreen controls. For most stuff. Wouldn't even put it at tech issues. I don't think most games benefit a lot from VR. And they require a lot of extra development time to just get it working when 90% of your sales are going to be from the flat screen audience. Yeah, that's kind of that was one of the things I brought up back in the day was that, like, how much money are these people going to spend developing a game that maybe 5 to 10% of all owners are potentially gonna... That's the only... They got 5 to 10% of PlayStation owners are going to own a PSVR 2. So they've only got that amount of people to sell the game to. So how much money are they going to put into it? How much time? Not to mention that, I mean, like, you shouldn't really play VR games for that long as well. It's probably really bad for your eyes. As far as gaming goes, though, I kind of lump VR in with stuff like the Kinect. Some of it died off and VR soldiers on. I mean, I feel like that's kind of... I know what you mean, Rug. I know you're not saying it like that. But lumping VR in with Kinect is a bit harsh. Because VR actually fucking works. Right kind of game is worth the extra work, though. Never tried it myself, but Star Wars Squadrons does look crazy good in VR. No, that's true, but that's not a game just made for VR, is it? That one can work both ways. I think that's where... This is the problem. That's where I think the biggest problem lies, because they need to make something that works as a normal game with a controller, but also with VR, so that they can maximize the amount of people that can buy it and play it. But at the same time, you've got to also try and... I suppose you don't have to, but you want to kind of maximize what the VR side of things can do. Because otherwise... it just ends up maybe being a bit gimmicky rather than playing to the strengths of the tech. Like, certain people threw a shit fit when Frontier said they were putting VR into On Foot for Odyssey, and it was this huge disappointment that literally went nowhere. Is that Elite Dangerous, Wing? Yeah, I mean, well, it is. I mean, it comes down to the fact that like they need to make the games playable without a VR headset as well and have it as a mode, but it is limiting the usage potentially unless you're really clever with it as to what they can do. It might come down to Sony might have to fund a lot of these games again. I'd be interested to see how many games actually came out for VR, PSVR 1 actually. Because there wasn't, apart from Moss, there wasn't a lot on it that I could see. I mean, there's probably lots of like digital only stuff that I never saw, but like as far as physical VR games go, the only one that I actually wanted to play that was VR exclusive was Moss. Elite Dangerous, yeah. I don't understand why people would throw a shit fit about that. Oh, they weren't putting VR onto the on-foot. So, yeah, that would kind of be a bit jarring, I guess, if they have it for the ships, but not the on-foot stuff. It's a small team, isn't it? Breaking news just in: Sonic Frontiers will feature VR support. Let's wait, Reese. We'll get into Sonic Frontiers in a little bit. Rollerdrome looks cool, but I need to know if it's multiplayer or not. It kind of looks like it might be a wave-based shoot-'em-up game, which would be more interesting. Like, they could make it a roguelite, maybe. I don't know. Eternites is fucking... I don't know. I feel like it's an awful name, but... It's an action game and a dating sim where your dude gets his arm cut off and it can transform into a tentacle, apparently. I swear I didn't just see that. Resi Village having VR2 content. Yeah, that makes sense. I think because I want to say Resi 7 did very well PSVR. Resi 7 is probably one of the best examples of a game that works well with or without VR. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Part 2, or Chapter 2 rather. I don't know if the first one was any good. No Man's Sky. I mean, No Man's Sky already has a VR for PlayStation, so I guess they'll just be tarting it up. Tunic and... Wait, was it just called Season, the other one? Tunic coming to PlayStation's great. That game, by the sounds of it, needs to be played by more people. That Season game looked... It looked interesting. I think that's one of those kind of games that I'd have to be in the mood to play. Like, it's a bit artsy-fartsy. Maybe not a lot of gameplay in it. A lot of storytelling. What? You had Eternities in your shed once? Please, I know it ruins the joke, John, but please explain the joke. Don't see how it can be multiplayer easily because it has slow-mo. That doesn't work if you have other players. I'm trying to think of a game. There has been a game where they've had slow-mo in it. I'm pretty sure Max Payne 3 multiplayer had slow-mo in it. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but judging from the trailer, it looks like Rollerdrome is single player, or at least you can play it single player. It was meant to say Eternites, I guess. Okay. It was meant to be like Etermites. Is that what you were going for? Was that local multiplayer though? No, it was online multiplayer. Yeah, it's jarring, but most people that play it just say they switch off their headset when they go into on-foot stuff and it's no big deal. But there were eternally people that made a huge deal about it when the simple reality is VR just doesn't make sales. It takes too much time to work on. Yep, I think that's fair as well because they're not they're not the biggest dev ever, are they? I dread to think how much it actually costs to, you know, put VR into a game. Pretty sure No Man's Sky is there just because they own Sony's ass after their massive bungle in the lead up to No Man's Sky. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, they seem to be happy to just put out trailers wherever they can, really, don't they? Termites. I like that, John. If that was what you were saying. Because sync issues are bad enough on a lot of multiplayer games, let alone before you start adding in the ability to slow down time. No, true. I mean, we're only theorising at the moment. We don't really know. Like, they haven't, unless they've said in a press release what it is, then can only really theorise at the moment. There's a shooting game on PS3 that was slow-mo multiplayer. I think it was Haze or Time Shift. I don't know if Time Shift have a multiplayer. If it did, I don't think anyone played it because it was. I think that game is dog shit from what I heard. FF16. It looks really good. Seems to have some kind of focus on the summons in this one, which is cool because the summons are always cool. Coming out next summer. That's another one. You know, I've asked. I was talking to colleagues at work about this the other day. Are they ever going to release FF7 Remake on Xbox? Because surely that exclusivity period is over now, right? I don't know. Because I think this is going to be in a similar boat probably, where they've already stated, I think, when they first showed it off, that this is not exclusive. It's just timed exclusive. But for how long? Bit mixed on the combat, but otherwise it looks sick. Is that for FF16 though? I thought the combat looked really cool, but I need to kind of get hands on it to really say for sure, I think. Yeah, okay. As I said, I think they might be making the factions correspond to the gods. Okay. So, god fanboys, basically. You can actually buy Time Shift on Steam. Don't think you want to. And then the greatest news, Stray is coming out next month. They did say this is wrong. So it says PlayStation Plus members will get it for no extra cost. I think it was just the Deluxe and the Ultimate, or whatever the top two tiers are. I think they're the ones that get it, right? Not basic bitch PlayStation Plus owners. No, we don't really know a lot about Stray, no. All we know is cat with backpack and robots and some kind of like bug thing after the cats. To get 3 games from PS Plus, you have to be deluxe, right? No. So there's 3 tiers. There's I was going to go like that. There's standard PlayStation Plus, which is like normal PlayStation Plus. So I assume you'll get 3 games a month like you currently do. Then there's the next tier, which I think is Deluxe, which has streaming for PS4 and PS3 games. And then there's the Ultimate one, which also adds in PS1 and 2 games or something. Yeah, 2 PS4, 1 PS5 on the current tier of Plus. So yeah, from what I seem to remember them saying in the State of Play, they are doing this for the top 2 tiers, not the current bottom tier, or the current tier. I'm gonna like kind of tie things up here because I've almost talked for as long as the State of Play was for. I think that's pretty solid. There was no stinkers in there. It was all kind of to the point. Nothing outstayed its welcome. We got a nice surprise with Resi 4. Oh well, I mean, yeah, it was expected at some point, wasn't it? But it was nice to see it now. Do I give this a score out of 5? I don't know if I can be asked anymore, because most of them are always going to be 3 out of 5, like above average. But my mind is not blown, because the older I get, the harder it is to surprise me, I guess. But no, it was good. I like that. I wish it was a proper like E3 length type thing, but I guess we'll get some of that in some of the... Well, we got the Xbox one, which is going to be a full length one as far as I'm aware. And then I think we got Summer Game Fest next Thursday, which should be a couple of hours, I would have thought. But yeah, no, this was good. I like this.